The Chaz and AJ Podcast. A little slice of today's show with all the dumb stuff taken out. 99.1 PLR.
Daryl Capuano is CEO of Career Counseling in Connecticut. Yesterday we were asking the question on the show, since it's graduation season, if we weren't in radio, what should we be doing? And we got a lot of different calls. AJ, you were, most people in the tribe thought parts department.
Yes.
Pam was a wild range of different things.
Yeah, mainly a murderer.
Food taster.
and a widower to a rich man.
Vav.
Yes.
Nothing to do with speaking.
And an English professor as well. So we took this test that Daryl gave us, and he's on now to kind of go over some of the interesting answers he got. Hey.
Nice to meet you, Chaz, and great answers from all of you. Pam came out as a fun-generating ENFP.
What does that mean?
That means that she likes to generate ideas, be very enthusiastic, be very energized, dislikes mundane follow-through.
Hold on. Let's go through this one at a time.
Okay.
What was this first item? She likes to generate ideas?
Generate ideas.
That's true.
Yeah, not actually act out on it, but no.
And that's exactly right, AJ.
Aw.
So the challenge for ENFPs is follow-through.
What does EMFP mean?
So E is an extrovert.
Oh,
Okay.
N is intuitive, so she's a big picture dreamer.
Oh, yeah, she dreams a lot.
F is feeling, so she makes decisions based on emotions more than logic.
Like she's hungry, eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And P, it's a strange phrase. They use the word perceiving, but it really means someone who's unstructured, so unplanned.
She pees a lot, too.
Wow.
She pees a lot. Yeah.
Oh, you nailed that one.
Yeah, really.
Oh, wow.
Holy crap.
Wow.
All of that is you, right, Pam?
Yeah.
I was an
Nailed
MF.
it.
Unorganized extrovert.
Oh, my God. Unorganized extrovert. That's me. That's my title.
Totally you.
That's be a label to sew on her.
All right. And then did any of her questions stick out to you or her answers?
I gather she isn't always timely, and that might cause you irritation, I gathered, based on the differences of your personality types.
She's been great
Lately, yeah.
lately.
When you were in high school, did you have a hard time doing boring schoolwork?
Yeah, I never did it.
Yes.
Until like the last minute. Like if it was due on a Friday, I wouldn't work on it until like the morning of.
That was
Right.
a big yes.
And if someone said to show up at 7, was it common for you to show up at 7:15,
She
7:30?
still does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
So
didn't start getting on time until I started working here with
She's
Chaz
always-
and AJ.
She's the last person we have like any type of like company function. She's the last person who was stumbling in like she's like got thrown off a truck.
I got things to do. I'm always doing things last minute.
Yeah, that's right. Unorganized.
Yeah.
Chaz came across as an E, that's extrovert,
Right.
Okay.
an S, which means living in the here and now, practical, detail-oriented, structured.
You're
Yes.
such an S.
T is thinking, so you make decisions based on logic, fairness, justice.
Does that sound right?
That's you, all right.
Yep.
Yep. A lot of thinking.
S&T man. over here.
Too much thinking?
Yep.
I can tell by
J-
AJ's tone.
Too much.
Yep, a lot of thinking. Yeah, can't we just have fun here? You got to think everything out.
Thank God one of us thinks.
Right.
So
J means structured, so you get things done on time. You're very organized and very tidy.
damn,
Yep.
he nailed you.
Boy.
You are a leader.
Yep.
You, in any organization, you would do your best and probably would rise to the top. You do very well in a structured organization, and it's very interesting that you've chosen a career that is not structured. It shows you have a lot of courage.
Oh, nice.
You got
Wow.
balls, Chaz.
Now,
Me.
But this, what this shows us now, just from Pam and the results from Pam and me, is that it works.
Yeah, it does.
Holy
It
smokes!
definitely
Right?
does.
Wow.
if there's a challenge, and it might have been when you were younger and maybe not as emotionally healthy as you are now, you may have unintentionally hurt people's feelings with your attempt to be logical and fair, and without considering that it might hurt their feelings.
Hey, AJ.
A long time ago, probably was decades ago. I'm sure it's not the case now.
Let's see, 20 years together.
Phil's got that smirk on. Did you find any answers that you wanted to bring up?
Well, you want to start with you, or you want to go to Pam, or
Wherever.
all right? So Chaz, I did like this one. So winning a debate matters less to you than making sure no one gets upset. So you have to rate on strongly agree to strongly disagree, and you are all the way on the strongly agree on that one.
Yes.
Well, if you are going to debate,
Yeah. There's no room for feelings in a debate.
Don't you want to win? It should be about the facts.
Yeah.
Right? Not how you feel. I'm sorry that you're wrong in this, but I'm going to debate to win it.
You'll break out weapons.
The ends justify the means. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so.
But I do recognize it's not always great, but that's how it. You know what? As I took this test, I started answering way more honest, like 3 or 4 questions in. Like the first couple, I didn't want to commit to one side or the other.
Yeah.
And then as I was going on, I felt better about I'm just going to do it.
Yep.
And however the chips fall.
Exactly.
Chaz, being right is more important than being cooperative when it comes to teamwork. Strongly agree.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
and this is how I thought of this. All right? We're on a battlefield. We have to take a certain position.
Battlefield.
Where are we on a battlefield?
Well, you do think, don't you?
Oh, it's a tactical thing, right? So, all right, let's say we're in the New Haven market and we want to win the market, right?
Battle, yes.
Okay?
Fair enough.
It's a battlefield.
Okay.
All right. So, do we want to make sure everyone's feelings are correct, or do we want to make sure we win this thing based on the facts in front of us?
I go with the second one, right?
Whatever you say.
You're a leader. Let's follow you.
The very next question. You think that everyone's views should be respected regardless of whether they are supported by facts or not. Strongly disagree.
And Phil, actually, those are the 2 questions I was going to ask in terms of any conflict. And the truth is, you need someone like Chaz. It's almost like that scene from Jack Nicholson with Tom Cruise when he says you can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
You need someone to make these tough
I was
decisions.
thinking Scarface. You need people like me.
Yeah, it's a reality check.
You're going to punch
right?
your face and they're going to say bad guy.
Yeah. So those are good qualities, not good qualities?
Well, see, what I think emotional health is actually the key. So it might have been when you were younger, you may have inadvertently said something to people, not even realizing it was going to hurt them. You were just making a logical decision. Now you might be more tactful as you've gotten older, my guess is. And related to AJ is an E, extroverted. He's very borderline with S and N. S was the practical guy, N is the dreamer. It's pretty borderline. He came out as an S, but pretty close. The big difference is that he's an F. He's a feeling-oriented guy. So more like Pam in that regard. And then he's also a J, as in structured, but also not by a lot.
Or smoked one.
Pam was the most extreme in her answers by far. Chaz was, pretty distinct. And AJ was perhaps a people pleaser, so somewhere in the middle of these.
Yes, he is.
Caregiver is the kind of glue that holds things together. If he has a challenge or has had a challenge, maybe that he would take things a little personally and get hurt a little bit if he was criticized.
Damn. This test is badass.
If you mean yell at everybody afterwards, yeah.
Wow, people pleaser.
Yep.
The only thing I heard in there that didn't seem right is, did you say he's practical?
He's borderline practical dreamers, like in the middle.
Borderline.
In the middle.
Yeah.
No
So
way.
give me an example of like a decision.
That could also be because of how he answered some of these questions, but
Shut up, Phil.
Oh, really? All right, let's take a break and
Shut up,
Phil will
Phil.
go over some of these answers.
Chaz, AJ, mornings.